A little petty comment. Yeah.
Understandable is cool, but understandable. Moving along.
Is this someone that's your type?
Hell no. Move on.
Okay. Well, okay, well, let's go.
It wasn't no disrespect to you. I didn't say nothing about you. You said, was you my type?
You just coming disrespectful left and right. You gonna get all the balloons popped out here.
All the balloons get popped. That's fine. I'm not looking for you. I'm not looking for her in a race car suit. I'm not looking for her in a jail sweater that just got out.
Period.
She looked like they just released her from San Quentin. I'm not looking for none of y'all.
We ain't looking for you.
I'm not looking for you. You got the heavy knees with the bent boots. We not looking for you. So I wasn't even gonna go there, but you had to go there. Baby, you worried about me, worried about your health. Again, we're done. This concludes this segment of my part. Thank you.
Grow up. That's all I'll say about that. Grow up.
Hey, slim down.
Grow up.
Slim down.
Grow up.
Slim down. You can pop all of them.
Okay, so
thanks for tapping in with the Already Canceled Social Club. That's excellent vision. Good looking out.
As always, give us a like, share, subscribe. Keep the algorithm moving up.
Looks like we got one of the main reasons why men choose not to communicate with women. It's a clip. It's short. We're going to break that down. And then y'all always say why we don't have any good news. So this one's just for the ladies. We got a 31-year relationship, happily married couple. And they're going to tell us how they did it. What's up with you?
Nah, I'm here for that. You know, the comedy of it, you know, gotta be a laugh.
Assume that they're good communicators and they not. They think that because they can present a problem, that's communication. Communication is about creating a healthy resolve and a win-win so that we understand that whatever the situation was, you felt hurt, I felt hurt, you felt seen, I felt seen, and we both walk away feeling understood. It's not that men aren't good communicators.
Okay.
Because we're logical, we often see the point in not communicating.
Fair.
Like we see it like, why should I say something? Here you are. Why should I say something if it's just going to end here?
Right.
So a lot of men call that being non-confrontational, especially if it's going to come with disrespect, because as men, we know that we can handle disrespect man amongst man with violence. You can't handle disrespect woman and man with violence. So the best thing for some men to be like, I'm just not going to say nothing.
Those all facts.
Yeah, I pretty much believe exactly what he was saying because I choose to do it too. The only thing though, I will say is it kind of like upsets the women when you kind of like shut it down and they don't see you getting emotionally invested as they want you to get emotionally invested into the conversation. So it's a 50-50, but men do choose to do that. And I do choose to do that as well, depending on who I'm actually communicating with. So.
Right. It's crazy because when we first started off, I was talking about I'm here for the laughs and shit, but it's not really a funny topic. In that sense, it's not nothing to joke about. Communication with your partner should be paramount, but most people don't take the time to really map out the stages to develop that communication with their partner.
And one of the misunderstandings that I think women have is that when we say men are leaders, and it's not like if we say something like contrary, like, okay, you want a specific purchase and we say no, it's not like we're against having a conversation or to tell you the reasons on why it's not good for said moment, So that's another thing I think is a misconception. But let's go ahead and see how this marriage lasted.
Yeah, let me check that out.
I'm 61.
I'm 60.
How long have you been together?
A total of 31 years.
Yeah, we dated for 6 years, then we got married 25. Yeah.
For half your entire lives, y'all have spent it together.
I've never looked at it that way, but you're right. Yeah, absolutely, half our lives.
How does one make a relationship last 30 plus years?
Part of it is just learning that person. Know what not to say, what not to push, and learning to compromise.
She lets me be who exactly I am, and I let her be exactly who she is. If I want to act stupid or do something crazy or all of my, my shortcomings, she loves me in spite of, and the same. I just let her be, and she lets me be.
Where do you think most modern day couples struggle to keep it together?
Nobody's willing to compromise. Nobody's willing to say, okay, I'm not even gonna fuss over that little bit of thing. That's just a minor thing.
If he liked another girl's picture on Facebook, you wouldn't give him too much of a hard time for it?
Absolutely not, because he's with me. And if I like the guy's picture, He be like, oh, okay, you know, because he knows I'm with him. My heart is with him.
Some people aren't as fortunate to have examples like we did. Her mom and dad are married 60 plus years still together. My parents are deceased, but they were married like 60 years before they passed away. So we don't really have an excuse.
One thing he said to me before we got married is divorce is not an option. Whatever we go through, whatever happens, we can work it out and we will work it out.
That was key. The key part that I took from that was they had the right examples. Her parents, 60 plus years, his parents, 60 plus years.
Yeah, I think that was most important. One of the key parts I took in that was he actually chose a decent woman that he could allow to be truly who she was, and that wouldn't be a boundary breaker.
Right, exactly.
Because if you let some of these modern women be exactly who they are and who they want to be, they'll be in a relationship with a whole motherfucker on the top, man.
Mm-hmm.
So vetting is always important, but like we say, you know, people can change, and what they say, the happiness is only allowed by things happening. So you can't make a marriage stale. You always gotta, like, especially for a woman, you always gotta keep it intriguing for her and keep some shit going. And I know as a man, it's like the bar always raises as it raises, but we don't mind doing that for someone that's worthy of the love and the movement.
Going into that topic that you was talking about, her being, you know, a decent woman, do you feel like, or would you say, just like how there are women out there that always chooses the bad guy versus the good girl, you know what I'm saying, the good guy that's there, would you say that there are men out there that always chooses the bad girl? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, but see, the difference is I think men actually know when they do it. And, well, honestly, let me stop. Women, I think they know it too. And it's pretty much for the same reason. I think a woman would choose a bad guy because she can get away with doing things without being held accountable. And if the relationship doesn't work, at the end of the day, she knew it wasn't going to be. And then she could say he wasn't shit. But now, men do it, I think, for a reason of we choose a so-called bad woman. And that's usually on the level of overlooking her past, or maybe she's a little more thotty than you want her to be. But you thinking like, this ain't going to be serious anyway. But you know that's not a wife. But you still get out with her, maybe 6 months.
But there's many men out there that wife the thoughts.
Oh no, we're not talking about that.
We're
not talking about that. That's what I was saying. That was the whole point.
That's what I'm saying. The guys that always pick the bad girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm saying generally most men don't pick them to wife. Marriages end because, like I said, happiness is fleeting, and if ain't nothing happening to the extent that most women make it, like she said, the compromise. Most women aren't willing to hit that compromise. So that's where I think,
stop being in the streets, stop that, and
if that's what she did. But no, I'm saying just even because there's good women that break up marriages and they're actually decent people. You know what I'm saying? But like, okay, say okay, how they be saying Tia Mari? I think she's a decent person. She felt like she pushed and suppressed a lot of herself within the marriage. She came from being a child star, never got to experience, went to him, married, bam, kids, and felt she was missing out.
But just like that couple said, once we get married, the divorce is not an option. Whatever we're going through, we're going to go through together.
And that's my point, though, also. She come from good stock. She came from a mother and father in her home.
Right.
She had a good example.
She still chose otherwise, right?
So, and come to find out, there was no cheating, no beating,
infidelity,
none of that. No. So, like I said, women can be happy, but when they feel like they graduated or they moved on, or
she graduated, remember?
her happiness is contingent upon things happening, and when the things don't happen the way most women want them to, they're not happy.
That's why it's called the pursuit of happiness. You're always going to be chasing after it.
But you got to understand, sometimes there's going to be a stint of non-happiness, but that doesn't mean that there's not happiness in this overall situation. Especially you got kids and things like that. Like, I don't know. You got a supportive husband, but
it's not enough.
Not enough, huh?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, as always, man up, not man down.
Maintain, not man tan.
We out.
Yes, sir.